My ex, his lover, and her husband, Karma's a bitch. About 4 years ago, my husband, M33, and I, F35, had to relocate because our home country started a war. Thankfully, the company I was working for suggested some options. And that's how we ended up in a country in South Europe with no language, no friends, and nothing to go back to. On the very first day in a new country, I spotted her right away. Let's call her Natalie, F30. She was sitting on a bar stool just outside a conference room, smoking and browsing through her phone. I came over and asked if I could join her for a smoke. To my delight, a couple minutes later, our husbands joined. Mine, Henry, and hers, Chris, M27. Chris and Natalie also relocated and worked for the same company. All 4 of us became friends instantly. To married couples, same problems, same situation, same sense of humor. We understood each other beautifully, spent a lot of time together in bars and over coffees. I organized Christmases at my place and came to thinking of them as a chosen family. Couple years later, another 2 joined us, a friend of Chris's and his local girlfriend. So we became a pack of 6. But Chris and Natalie I always considered closer friends. I could say that Henry and I were good, but that wouldn't be truth. We united over a hard time of relocation. Sure, we worked as partners, as a team, through him losing a job and getting new one, his income crashing dramatically, leaving me a sole provider. Through depressions, insecurities, uncertainty, and everything foreign around us. But once things started settling down, I began having my issues with him. I've also continued my therapy even after relocation, so maybe that had its toll on my perception of my husband and my marriage. I started seeing things and admitting I see them to myself. Things like, he doesn't really give a damn about me. With him, I was always the last thing he thought of. I didn't feel loved or wanted, though we had warm moments, and the sex was always there 'cause he insisted there's no relationship without sex. So I had to provide. And I did 'cause I wanted this relationship to work so bad. But a couple years in, I started to snap. I started talking about things I didn't like, though he never liked such conversations and didn't really talk about things of feelings. So I talked to a wall with his face, hoping something changes. And I made every step I could think of to get closer to him. I shared his hobbies, listened to everything he had to say about work, his plans that never played out, how he'd do this and that, how he wanted his life to be in the future. Funny thing, I was not in that future, not directly. About spring last year, I decided I needed a vacation alone. I was depressed with what was going on in my marriage and felt I couldn't do this anymore. Not the marriage, but the amount of efforts I put into it. I was drained. Henry made a problem out of me wanting to go on vacation by myself, though I explained many times that it's not about me not wanting him around, it's about me reconnecting with myself. We had an argument, or several of them, but in the end he agreed and let me, even paid for a nice hotel for me. My vacation didn't rid me of depression, of course. If anything, I felt even more anxious, tired, and unhappy now that nothing distracted me from my feelings. And when I came home, Henry wasn't exactly happy to see me. He pretended he was, but all I could think of was he hates me. My own husband hated me, and I could do nothing about that. But it wasn't the first time something didn't go well in my marriage, so I was sure I could still sort it out. The next day was Saturday, and we went to a nice place for brunch. Half through our meals, Henry pursed his lips and solemnly said, "I need to tell you something, Ephros." My head felt hot, and at the same time I felt serenity lowering upon me. I fell in love. He looked like it was me who said that, and he was so sad and low-key dramatic. With Natalie, she's also in love with me. Chris knows and doesn't mind. They have an open relationship. My first thought was, so he doesn't hate me? I was genuinely happy about it. We talked more that day than we did through our whole relationship. I was still mostly frozen, didn't feel anything except for determination not to let my chosen family fall apart.